Shadeur Sanders just went to Pittsburgh and met with the Steelers on a visit, and he said that the meeting with the team was a 10 out of 10, and that Mike Tomlin is very similar to his own dad, Deion Sanders. But first, before I get more into what he said, make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn notifications for everything Pittsburgh Steelers news and updates. Also like this video. Now, let's get right back into it. So, the Pittsburgh Steelers have a first round draft pick number 21, and they need a quarterback. They're in need of one, and they've been doing their due diligence on that position. Even though many suspect that they're going to take a defensive lineman round 1, they're still looking at all the first round quarterbacks who can be available at that pick. And Shadeur Sanders is one of them. And he just visited the Pittsburgh Steelers. They brought him in to talk to him, to meet the facility, and just get to know him better. And it went really well. Shadeur Sanders actually appeared on NFL Network afterwards to talk about the visit, and he said that it was a 10 out of 10. So let's look at what Shadeur Sanders had to say about Mike Tomlin and the Steelers visit. Let's start off with what he said about Mike Tomlin, comparing him to his own dad, Deion Sanders. So here it is. Here's the quote. The Steelers was great. I understand them. I understand why they win so much and why Coach Mike Tomlin is the way that he is. He resembles Dad a little bit. They have the same principles. End quote. And then he was asked what he learned after meeting with Mike Tomlin and the Steelers. And he said this: I know how I have to approach different situations and what I'm gonna have to do to be successful in different franchises. I'm just sitting back, observing, just watching everything and knowing what it's gonna take to change the franchise for the better. End quote. So when he compares a coach, especially Mike Tomlin, to his own dad, that means that the interview went really well and the meeting went amazing. And he wouldn't just do that with anyone. So Mike Tomlin is a good step forward in getting Deion Sanders' kid, Shadeur Sanders, to wanna come to your team. Obviously, it's not Shadeur Sanders' choice of where he wants to go, and teams could draft him other places, but in terms of the meeting and things of that nature, he could pretty much dictate where he wants to go based off his energy level in the interviews, and we all know the places that he doesn't want to go. That's made public right now. So the fact that he wants to go to Steelers and that he sees the resemblance in Mike Tomlin is a good thing. That means that's one of the places that he wants to go. He was also appeared on the Kay Adams show with Up and Adams with Kay Adams, and he said that the interview with the Steelers was a 10 out of 10. Here's his quote on that. It was a 10 out of 10. I enjoyed my time here in Pittsburgh. I think I connected with all the coaches, and it was real fun. I understand the mindset of why they win a lot. Just how he is as a person, the values that he has, and what he preaches from his staff down, it's similar to my dad. End quote. So it's another quote of him comparing Mike Tomlin to his dad and him saying that the interview was a 10 out of 10. So that's a good thing. That means that the interview for the Steelers, if Deion Sanders' kid, Shadeur Sanders, felt that way, the Steelers probably feel the same. So when looking at the Pittsburgh Steelers in terms of drafting Shadeur Sanders is ranked either second, third best quarterback in this draft class. And to be honest, he might fall in the draft, but at the same time, he may get picked in the top 10. So the Pittsburgh Steelers need to think about what they want to do. Do they want to take the chance of him falling and wait for him to fall to their pick at 21, or are they going to trade up for him? Or would they even draft him in general? So they're going to have to make the decision on draft day, but Shadeur Sanders at pick number 21 is probably unlikely in my mind that he will drop that far. But you never know, and the Pittsburgh Steelers are doing their due diligence at the quarterback position, and Shadeur Sanders really likes the team, really likes the meeting, really likes the coaches, and it was a 10 out of 10, and he would like to go here. So that's a good thing for him being the next Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback 1. Now, looking at another interview that the Pittsburgh Steelers did, and they met with Jalen Milroe at his pro day, took him out to dinner, and got to know him more. And Jalen describes me and the Steelers and Mike Tomlin and just me and the Steelers in general as a really good thing. So it's another meeting gone well. So let's look at Jalen Milroe's quotes at meeting with the Steelers. It's funny, everybody has their own type of personality, right? You got the stern coach, you got the laid back coach, you got the relationship oriented coach. Coach Tomlin was chill, laid back. When I met with him, it was definitely a cool visit for sure. You always think you got to keep your head up high, you got to be serious the whole conversation. Nah, it was laid back conversation. And of course, we talked ball, we talked game and stuff like that, but it was definitely a more laid back conversation. End quote. So it looks like the little talk that they had, Mike Tomlin, the Steelers, with Jalen Milroe, it looks like that went good as well. So it seems like everyone who always talks about the Pittsburgh Steelers in meetings, and specifically Mike Tomlin, always has something good to say about it. And that's why whenever a player is asked what other team other than the team that you're on right now, what do you want to play for? What head coach would you want to play for? They always say Mike Tomlin. It's because all the connections that he makes with them before they even get into the league. It's something that you remember. It's something that a player, if it's the first conversation you have with a head coach, that it feels special and that feels like it went good, you'll always remember it as being a good conversation. And remember in the back of your mind of, hey, that went really good. And if you become on the open market, it's maybe a team that you'd want to play for because of that and that connection. And that's why you always hear that from outside players from a different team. I was saying Mike Tomlin is basically the best talk they had with before they went to the draft. So Mike Tomlin likes building connections. That's just who he is as a coach, and he builds that connection early on, and he did that right now with Shadeur Sanders and Jalen Milroe. So we already know that Deion Sanders' kid is going top one in terms of round, first round, and he may fall to the middle round of the first round, but he's still going round one. Jalen Milroe, on the other hand, when looking at the visit that he had with the Steelers, he's predicted to go all over the place. He could go round one. He's actually going to the NFL draft, so that means he's expecting to go round one because he's going to be having his name called. He's going to go up on the stage and things of that nature. So he's expecting to go round one. That's why he's going to the draft on draft night. So he could go round one, but he could also go round three. He's just predicted to be all over the place, and we really don't know exactly where he's going to go or what round he's going to go. So this one's a little bit different because the Pittsburgh Steelers don't have a second round pick, and their next pick is the third round. And are the Steelers really going to pick Jalen Milroe with their 21st pick? I don't really think so, but is he going to be available at pick number round 3? You never know. He might not be. Or he might be. So you never know where he's going to go. And that's just one player that's very tricky in this situation, Jalen Milroe, because he's just predicted all over the place. Anyway, the Pittsburgh Steelers, it doesn't matter if you're a first round draft pick projected or you're a third round draft pick projected. They're doing their thing and meeting with all of them and getting to know all of them and then making their decision based on that. And I'm sure on their draft board, they're going to have lined up on who they would actually take on draft day. So right now, the Steelers don't have a quarterback one in terms of someone who's a capable starter in this league for a long time down the road. Yes, they have Mason Rudolph, but he's only been a starter in short stints in his career. They obviously feel comfortable with him. That's why they don't have no one else. But we're still waiting on Aaron Rodgers to see if he's going to sign. But anyway, the Pittsburgh Steelers, they meet with Shadeur Sanders. They meet with Jalen Milroe. Those meetings go well. And one last thing about the Shadeur Sanders thing. He was actually asked about sitting behind Aaron Rodgers. And would he do that? Would he want to do that? And he said that he would. That he would be open to sitting behind Aaron Rodgers and whatever they have in store for him. So he's open-minded, it looks like. And Jalen Milroe and Sanders, the Pittsburgh Steelers, have them on their radar. Anyway, the Steelers need a quarterback, and those are 2 quarterbacks in the draft the Steelers shown major interest in. So when draft day comes, it's be interesting to see if their name gets called to the Steelers. Anyway, let me know your thoughts down in the comments below on both these topics about Sanders, being open to going to the Steelers and really liking Mike Tomlin compared to Deion Sanders, his own dad. And let me know your thoughts down in the comments below about Jalen Milroe liking the Steelers interview as well. Which one would you rather? And do you want the Steelers to even draft any of them? Do you think they should even pick a quarterback in this year's draft class? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. And also, make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn notifications for everything Pittsburgh Steelers news, updates, highlights, analysis, reports, everything surrounding the draft. I'm covering it. Everything surrounding the free agency, I'm covering it. All rumors as well. So stay tuned. And my next mock draft is coming up very shortly. So turn notifications, like, comment, subscribe. And until next time, I'll see you guys all later. I'm out. Peace.